All right, time now for our new favorite segment.
Yes, what day is it with Todd Meany?
It's Friday.
See what he's got today. Okay, pretty good. Pretty good for the Friday open montage. Blake handling that for us today. I'm Jake Kemp.
I'm Blake Jones.
Who's filling in for Dan today? It'll never get old for me.
Everybody, give a warm welcome to today's special guest host, Danny Heavy Metal Bayless.
Kicking ass.
When people see me, they think of crossing flying V's, right?
Yep.
And walking down the street.
Did you ever own one of those?
No, I never. Easy. No, I never did. I never had a flying
Kind
V.
of a surprise.
Kind of impossible to play when you're sitting down.
Yeah, not exactly one to break out by the campfire.
No, my high school band, the other guitar player had one that was like candy apple red.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't. No, it just didn't make it.
Who played that? Who else played a candy apple red?
I don't know. Like a flying V? Who's like the famous flying V guitar players?
Trying
to think of.
Because
it's like their signature. You never
Zach
see.
Wilde played the hypnotic black and white.
Yeah, Randy Rhoads was.
I was
going
to say Randy Rhoads,
flying V dude. Yeah. I know I've seen Billy Gibbons with one, but it's not like their primary. I think I've even seen
Kirk Hammett is a big flying V guy.
That's true. Yeah.
But I feel like somebody had the red one.
I feel like I've seen Jimi Hendrix playing one.
I'm looking at a Hendrix photo right here.
Did you look up famous flying V guitar players?
Honestly,
what'd you do?
My Google search is flying V guitar guys.
And what was the first image that came up?
It's a collage.
Oh, okay.
But here's Prince with a candy apple red.
Okay.
That might have been the one I was thinking of. That looks like an iconic image. He's wearing the red leather pants.
It looks like Giant Bomb is playing one in Guitar Hero 2.
Giant Bomb?
That was one of the guys you could pick.
Oh, my God. What an era Guitar Hero had.
Hell of a run, man.
It was a hell of a run.
It was fun.
Yeah. Is it still, is it not popular anymore?
No.
Do they even release new versions?
No.
They just quit?
Yeah.
Sometimes you get out while the getting's good, you know?
I guess.
I'm kind of stoked on and possibly even just going to make a unilateral move this Christmas, and I will take suggestions from the comment section. I don't know what serves as like we now, but I want to get something for the kids and me and the wife, the family to play. I
think it's the Meta goggles.
I don't want to wear goggles. Like I feel like a Nintendo Switch served this purpose, maybe kind of, but I thought that was a handheld game. I want to have ping pong or not volleyball or tennis.
Just get a Wii. Play Wii Sports.
They still make them?
You can get them.
I don't want like an 18-year-old console.
Why are you so highbrow?
I want whatever the new shit is.
You don't know old from new or good from bad.
I want it to look cool.
This is your first step into it.
And play like Mario Kart. I want to start
get a Wii.
Rocking with Mario Kart. I think it would be nice. You know what's funny is how things have changed where used to it was like, hey, kids playing video games, that's taken away from family time and turning them into robots. And now I'm like, I just don't want to give them a tablet.
Yeah.
So if we're playing something together, that counts as a Norman Rockwell style painting where we're all together.
I'm seeing the Switch is basically, the new Wii.
I'm going to give it a run.
Has the best aspects of the Wii. Funny word. And it mixes them with the handheld element of Nintendo systems like Game Boy, blah blah blah. But
I'll give it a shot.
What if with all of the athletic ability Carter's going to have, he wants to be an esports player?
Well, I think we need to slow down on the first part. Although, trust me,
I don't know.
I am very much looking forward to being like knockoff Cooper Manning. You know what I'm saying? Like, because Cooper Manning was not I know he was faster. He just sucked compared to his brothers. It is what it is. But he got the dominant son. So I am kind of hoping that it can be like a dollar store version of that.
mm-hmm.
Where my brother in this scenario is Peyton Manning.
Yeah, but you've got Arch.
But I've got Arch, except instead of playing at UT, he plays at like UAB. Something like that.
Well, he won't get concussions playing
And I was a
video
receiver.
games.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
How do you feel about that? Like, I think I would probably do as much. I don't know if discouraging or discouragement's the word, but shepherding away from that type of contact sport unless he showed wonderful aptitude and ability to do it. Like, I don't, because going back, if I could do it all over again, I would have never played football just because I don't have the body type for it. I played because I could breathe.
Right, you were
in a Class A school.
Yeah.
The
cow was
and
injured.
I was 6'2" in like 9th grade. So they thought, oh, well, you just throw the ball up and he can catch it. We threw like 3 passes a game.
Yeah.
I think in my 4-year varsity career in high school, I caught 3 passes out of maybe 5 targets.
Hey,
Look,
It's pretty good.
Chain mover.
Didn't happen.
Pretty good.
Just didn't happen. But I took hits to the head all the time. I've had 2 confirmed concussions playing football, and there was no, and still to this day, I feel I'm kind of an orthopedic nightmare because of that game. My back started degenerating from high school football from taking a hit in the back. But there was no way I was ever going to play even college football at the lowest level. But that peer pressure element, if you didn't play football in a freaking West Texas town in a tiny Class A school, you were basically in special ed. I'm not kidding.
No, I know what
That's
you
how
mean.
you were thought of.
I know what you mean.
So that peer pressure is what made me choose to play or inspired me to choose to play. But going back, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't risk all that just to do something that was never even a blip on my future.
Yeah, I don't know how much my body pain has to do with it. I definitely know I had multiple concussions, but I don't know how much the way I am now is due to that or just other physical factors. But
it doesn't help.
It doesn't help. But
there are
for
no
me,
benefits from getting concussions.
Yeah, no, and I was not good, but from the first time, as long as I can remember, I was like, holy shit, I love this.
Okay, I did not love it.
I loved every second.
Yeah.
Now, there were years where I didn't want to go to practice when I was 7, 8, 12, maybe even. There were days, but for the most part, like, I loved it. It's romantic to me, and I loved how hard it was, and I probably loved it more because I wasn't good at it, because I just loved the grind of it. My brother loved the grind of it even more. He worked harder than I did, but he was also seeing a lot more results. But the thing is, we were talking about this a little bit the other day. The contact that you get when you're like 7, it's not that dangerous. It's pretty low impact. So I know a lot of people say that, like, hey, I'm going to let him play, but not until 7th grade or not until 9th grade. Well, really, that's when the risk starts. So I get it, but you're probably not getting too many concussions at 8. It does happen, and my brother had a broken bone at least once, if not twice, before junior high. But he's also like carrying the ball every play.
Mm-hmm.
Most kids aren't doing that. So the long and short of it is, I'm pretty sure my wife doesn't want him to ever play contact football. He may have a doctor tell him he can't because he had a skull surgery at a very young age. But right now, he's already pretty obsessed because he comes out to my flag games and he loves it. And he sees that I watch it on television, and it's just the normal kid thing of like, I'm going to be into what dad's into. And now, one bit we have is he'll just get on our bed, big bed, as he calls it. I just toss a football into the bed, and he goes, football! And he jumps on it.
Uh-huh.
And then he wants me to push him
Because he saw
over.
you do that once.
Yeah. football, and he just jumps on it, hands it to me, and I throw it, and it's like a fumble. And he's obsessed like with the idea of falling on a ball.
Mm-hmm. Do you think he thinks about football?
Unlike Tyler Guyton, you know what I'm saying?
Ah.
We're teaching the fundamentals in my home.
Yeah. Do you think that he thinks about football a lot? Like when
Yeah,
he's just
no, I
sitting
think he
around,
got that from his dad.
Yeah, that's genetic.
It
I know
really
you like
is.
to think about football
I
quite
do
a bit.
like to think about football.
Yeah.
We're going to think about football a lot today, including with our friends in picks. We're allowed to say friends, right? I didn't take that.
They can't take the word friends.
Well, boy, you weren't in mediation then, bud. They tried to take some pretty basic things.
Like what?
The concept of news.
What?
Yeah. We spent a full day on whether or not we could do birthdays.
Jeez.
I am not making that up. Like, we'd send it back. Like, everybody kind of reads famous people's birthdays. And they're like,
You got to be kidding.
I swear to God, dude.
And who was making this argument? They're legal?
Yeah. Yeah. And then our guy, he was cool, our mediator, would come back to us. And he was awesome, but he was a very distinguished, established attorney. And he came back in, and he'd do like the deal where he'd kind of take his glasses off. And he'd go, now, what exactly is a benchmark? And we're like, buddy, what are we doing here? But, yeah, we will have some football today. They didn't take that. We'll do some picks. Hopefully my dad's setup is a little bit better.
What if a judge said that you're not allowed to talk about football?
Oh, my God. I would have sepulchred
that's the
myself
one
in front of the
thing
courthouse.
that they gave him a win on.
No, I would have done the full protest self-immolation. I'm just out in front of Earl Cable Federal Building on fire, holding a football. Like, you will never take this from me.
Like the monk in Vietnam.
Exactly. Yeah. Couple quick things to promote. We will be out Monday. I know this is a Patreon show, but just want to remind people, if you want to come out, we'll be at Cane Rosso in Carrollton, the best pizza in town, courtesy of Jay Jerry. We'll be there starting our show at noon. They got a lunch combo for you for $15. Get a margarita pizza, pep or sausage pizza with salad or tots.
Which one do you think I'm choosing? Salad or tots?
Choosing. You're a tots man.
Dude, I love pizza and I love tots. And that's what people know about me. Never had pizza with tots.
That's what people know about you?
Yeah, that and the football thing.
Yeah.
Never had pizza with tots, but I'm intrigued.
Yeah.
Do they make a tot pizza?
I think that's on the user to just tot up the pizza yourself. Yeah, and go to work.
Right.
So we'll be out there. They got happy hour specials from 3 to 6, cheap drinks. So come check us out as we talk very little about Cowboys Commanders other than evaluating Cliff as a potential head coach. Also, one more thing to note. Next week we'll have a show on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday for sure. And then Thursday, Friday, we're not quite sure yet. At dumbzonemerch.com, you will have the opportunity to pre-order a DumbZone 2025 calendar.
We're doing that?
We're doing that. My baby. We took some photos. We're working on the photoshops. We have one teaser image for you here, pursuant to something that's been being discussed on the show quite a bit.
Jeez.
As those who are watching the video on Patreon today can get a teaser image of us in full The Boys regalia. Reminds me, I need to take those costumes back, except for the one Blake's wearing, which clearly split.
Yeah. Why is Blake always the lady? And anything you guys do that's weird to promote yourselves, Blake always ends up drawing the lady short stick.
He's the looker.
Yeah.
So that'll be up there next week. They'll probably start shipping the second week, late first week, December. But we have some bangers in there.
Blake would be described as thick as a lady.
Oh, he's 2C's thick for sure.
Yeah.
Well, Jake always orders a medium for me.
No, they just don't. They don't make full-back sizes in the girls' costume.
I walk out of the bathroom and I can't get my hands down.
Yeah,
it's just gotta
They don't make them. Trust me.
I just imagine Blake getting home and after a photo shoot with you knotheads, and it's just kind of like what you typically would imagine when a lady gets home from work, where they kind of take the bra out,
yeah,
sleeve, and do that trick.
Oh yeah.
Just pour a glass of white wine and sit down in the fuzzy slippers.
Yeah.
How many early birds can I eat?
Watch the recent season of You or something.
What do you guys got? Let's do a little pre-kin check. What are you planning?
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving starts now.
Saturday.
Whew.
What do you mean?
Well, her family knows that everyone is going to do their other family on Thanksgiving, so they take the Saturday before and the Saturday after to do stuff.
Wow, I don't know that permits you a double up.
Well,
just because you're not day of?
No, her mom's side on one Saturday and then her dad's side on another Saturday.
Wow, God, divorce is so cool.
It's not divorce. It's just her dad's parents, her mom's, whatever.
He was just saying that, just as a side.
Priming the pump.
Wanted us to know that divorce was hard.
He loves divorce.
Even though he got double the Thanksgivings and double the gifts at Christmas.
One of those is a pro, one of them not so much.
The Thanksgivings?
Yeah, I mean you're speed dating. You would go to I've been to 3 Thanksgivings in one day and another one on Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Charlie Brown.
Yeah, you feel like a political candidate. He's like pop into Scranton
How you doing?
for the day and then up to Harrisburg. It's just it sucks. It's not. But yeah, I've never had it on the weekend before though.
Yeah, they're getting it going. I think we're doing Mexican food.
Hell yeah.
Brilliant.
People are doing that.
Oh yeah, they're doing it.
They're getting away from the traditional Thanksgiving food.
I've hosted a Thanksgiving dinner in my Thanksgiving dinner career, I think about 3 or 4 times, and not once has it been turkey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the move.
Yeah. I've done brisket before, but usually it's Italian.
Can't go wrong.
No. I mean, wouldn't you rather have a nice lasagna than some dry, sad turkey and dressing?
There's almost nothing I wouldn't rather have than traditional Thanksgiving Day food. I like mashed potatoes. I like macaroni and cheese.
He likes tots and pizza.
Yeah,
I do.
People know that
but
about
from
him.
the regular menu, my mom started working in after the come up of Brussels sprouts.
Yeah.
I think she did that, but she kills it. My mom's an elite cook.
Cajun Thanksgiving, I bet, is pretty great.
I've never done it.
Yeah. Just the way that they do it. I bet that's pretty exceptional.
That's probably why they don't come up here for that one. They're like, "Nah, we got this handled down here. we'll stop by for Christmas."
Yeah, any food related event, just stay in New Orleans, stay in Louisiana. They know what they're doing for sure.
So is it where's Saturday?
Way out in Fort Worth somewhere.
Well, it's Fort Worth.
I don't know.
It's not like you're driving.
Well, from Wiley, it's over an hour.
What do you got? You got kid? You jack off or something?
What? What was that? Did I have to what? Like I need to plan that for the weekend?
Yeah, I know. I was just giving you ideas.
Okay, thanks. I mean, it's not really an original thought, Jake. Working all day tomorrow out at Niles City Sound on a project, and then Sunday, Cowboys football, baby.
Yeah, you're locked in.
I am locked.
Again, people know me as Pizza and Tots. They know you as Cowboys fan.
Absolutely.
No matter the weather.
I love the Cowboys. No, I'll be camped out for probably 4 hours watching the game, marking audio for you boys on Monday. You're not doing a show on the Friday after Thanksgiving, right?
TBD. We might do like an hour, just
kind of at home or whatever.
Yeah, just like a little post-game show, but nothing big. You won't be.
Let me know if you want me to jump on.
I will. We'll throw it to you for.
Seriously, I got my studio all set up.
Man, I was on the Fans website earlier to listen to Jerry Jones, one of his 2 interviews this week, and we're gonna hear some of that later. They have a segment. It's like a film review type segment, which I'm not like the biggest fan of doing those on the radio, but the title of the segment, I was so mad at myself for not coming up with. It's called Post Hut Clarity.
Wow.
I was like, that is a banger.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to go see Casey Musgraves tonight.
Okay. With the
AMC,
wife?
Yeah.
And daughter?
No.
No?
No.
Too adult of a show for her?
Yeah, I mean, she's not really she's into like Sabrina Carpenter and
Taylor
Swift.
Yeah.
What does Miss Musgraves sing?
I don't actually know the names of the songs, which is something that is just how it is for me now. I don't know if you guys experience that with new music anymore, but I just
same.
listen to it, and sometimes I don't actually. I have a lot of her on my playlist. I like it.
Is she a little too edgy for little girls?
Probably.
Taylor's kind of almost gotten to that point, right?
Casey Musgraves is definitely a little more to that point. Like the first song on her current album, or her most recent album from this summer, is really all about quitting drugs. A lot of the album's about quitting drugs.
Yeah.
And it's not subtle.
Yeah, this song title's called Take the Needle Out.
Wow.
I don't know that she was banging the needle or not, but yeah, that's the vibe. She's also incredibly attractive.
She's a doll. I think she started really making the turn to a more edgy crowd with her album before this one that was titled Look at the Size of That Cock. I thought that's really when she kind of went from being a
departure.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
What is this?
I think it's on Spotify. You want to check it out?
This is like her top song, Too Good to Be True.
I know this song,
yeah. You seem to like music that kind of makes you sad.
This doesn't make me sad. Zach Bryan's really the only thing I listen to that makes me sad at times. But I don't listen to most of his sad stuff.
I need to make you a playlist, Jake.
But this is just,
easy.
Pretty.
Yeah.
And some of them are poppier, with a little more oomph to them. But yeah, we're going to do that.
Do you need like high energy testosterone music for your gym playlist, or do you like listening to stuff like this?
Oh, dude, I listen to murder music.
Yeah.
For the gym. Yeah.
Like you're on the back of a Humvee with a .50 caliber in your hands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're just flying down on.
I imagine myself as like the white guy with the mustache from Sicario, the guy with the glasses. I want whatever he would listen to.
Something from
exactly. I just need to look that up.
Or
Sicario playlist.
The Generation Kill soundtrack.
Exactly. Yeah.
You want to hear a little drowning pool?
I'm sorry, I forgot. Where are those bodies supposed to go? The floor.
And they don't go; they hit.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's kind of my vibe. And then Sunday we got flag football playoffs, guys.
Playoffs. What's the record?
First time is not a 1 seed, 6-2.
Ouch.
The 2 losses came while you were in the drunk tank, right?
You already know that. And one of them came with 7 people, but it was by like 25 points.
Yeah, I was gonna say I thought you were there for one of them.
That was last season.
Okay.
Are you QB? QB1?
Yeah, dude, I'm QB1.
I don't know. Who are you? What do you do? I don't
He's
keep up with
learning
your
how to
stupid
throw.
career.
Yeah, I'm learning how to throw a ball right now.
Yeah, I played football with you that St. Patrick's Day in front of my house on Vickery.
We were hammered.
Now, granted, that was, 16 years ago.
No, because if it was 16 years ago, that would have meant I was 21 at the time.
No, hang on. It was in 2007. It was in 2007 because that's when Carter and I lived at that duplex.
Okay, yeah, you're right. There was another time I went to the St. Patrick's Day parade with you guys.
How old were you in 2007?
22.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were chunking footballs with LaBare dancers in the front yard. Remember that?
I do.
Jeez.
I do.
And
wild day.
None of them were wearing shirts, believe it or not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll certainly do all of that this weekend. Let's talk some sports, Blake.
From the wonderful world of sports, Radio Sports Scoreboard.
Oh, yeah, I like that.
So let's start with some Cowboys. During Monday Night Stream, we had our good friend Computer on the stream. And he's a wild ride. At times, he's kind of all over the map.
I wouldn't say he's the most measured Cowboys fan out there.
No, I mean, I believe his solution for what ails the Cowboys, if he could be granted a wish and wave a wand and have it come true, it would be that the Cowboys defect from the NFL and start their own league.
Uh-huh.
So once that's kind of your goal, it's tough to really live within the normal context of the NFL. But he did say a couple things that I thought were pretty interesting, and like it or not, Computer does know people within the organization, or people that have worked in Cowboys media or players' agents or players' friends. He does have like fringe relationships with Cowboys people. Weird as that may be. So we had him on because he had started really going at Troy Aikman because he hates anybody who's calling a Cowboy game because they're anti-Cowboys. So we started with that, and then he got into this.
You know what? I'm going to tell y'all. So remember I told y'all I had a secret I was going to tell y'all?
I was going to say, yeah. You texted me. You texted me earlier this week.
So you remember, I ain't got to change no voice. You remember last year when
I love, first of all, I love the idea that he's like a cartel mule.
Yeah.
And that we offered.
Yeah.
If you'd like to change
and he's
the
like,
voice.
look, this information is so dangerous.
Like he's being interviewed by Ronan Farrow.
Yeah, exactly.
Run
He's
his
like
voice through the harmonizer.
Yeah, he's just like, oh, there was a lot of blood in those days.
when the Cowboys came out in the white jersey for that playoff game.
Yeah.
Sure.
So that the winning streak was in blue jerseys. That, for his eyes, he sees better when he plays with the darker jerseys. He wanted to wear darker jerseys, but Charlotte Jones overruled him, and they did the white jerseys instead.
I could see that.
That's awesome.
For marketing.
You know what I'm saying?
I could absolutely
they don't
see
even
that.
listen to the starting quarterback. He gets overruled like that.
Okay, so that sounds crazy. I believe it 100%.
Yeah, of course.
That they're going to be on national TV playoff game. It's the same reason that they have this issue with the shades or the no shades. It's because they think it looks cool on television to have God's son pouring into the field. And I absolutely could buy that a player would come to them. Just look at CD saying, hey, I wish we had shades in here. I buy Dak going to them and saying, like, I'm the one with the ball in my hands.
Mm-hmm.
I'm the one who has to take ball, give to other target. What that target is wearing, if I can control it, I would prefer this. And then being like, no, the blue jerseys aren't. That's not Cowboys. I absolutely believe that.
Mike McCarthy.
Well, first, do you guys?
Well,
Yeah, of course.
Did anybody go back and do research on his numbers when they're wearing blue jerseys?
No, I don't. I mean,
I'm just curious if there was
Well,
any analytic out there.
well, even then, you would have to.
quickly
It would be
access.
very hard to control for opponent. But if he said it ever, if he just said in that game, even if the records and the numbers didn't back it up, what the quarterback says should go on stuff like that. So if he says, hey, you know what? Today, I feel like the white ones. You're wearing the white ones. That's how important that is.
If it's your choice, for sure. Or if it's the team's choice.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mike McCarthy and Will McClay agrees with everything that Steven says. He will not buck Steven not one time.
Well, nice
Austin
having a
Richardson
job.
been playing tackle all year long, but they wanted the Tyler Guyton guy to play because they didn't want the media to say, well, y'all wasted a first-round pick.
This is also kind of true. We all love Will McClay, but I also think he likes having a job here. And I don't know that he wants to make too many waves. And once they say, hey, we're drafting this kid to be a tackle, even though it's clear that Tyler Smith would be a better tackle this year, McCarthy's under the same rule of thumb of the front office of like, well, they drafted this guy to do that, and they don't want to have their first-round pick sitting on the bench all year because then the media would be all over him. They don't want to hear that, so he's like, all right, well, he's got to play tackle then.
I thought it was they didn't want to take a guard that high.
Yeah, that's
Even though
true, too,
Guyton may be better at guard and Smith better at tackle, they don't want to say we took a guard at 20.
And I don't know that Guyton would be better as a guard, but they could have taken another one
Yeah.
and then kicked Smith out permanently.
You see what I'm saying? They make decisions. The media is the GM in Dallas.
I agree with that.
Whatever people say, not y'all, but those other ones that be down there sitting in front of that thing all the time, whatever tough question they ask them, that's how they make their decision because they do 2 radio shows a week apiece.
Okay. I also think there's something to this. We've pointed it out before. Whether it's T.O. and his touches, and then they give him the ball 21 times in the next game,
Mm-hmm.
or CD or Zeke or whatever the case may be. This guy should play more.
Is Dak rushing yards?
Dak.
It
Yeah.
makes sense because when you think about, we talked about this, I think maybe yesterday, that Jerry's really good at the business and marketing angle of his empire. Maybe not so great at the football aspect of it, but it does make sense that if you are a really good businessman, and trust me, I saw this working over at 97.1. The only real obligation that you have is to make sure your shareholders are happy.
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of maybe how Jerry sees his fandom, or the team's fandom, and the conduit between those two are the people that are interviewing him the most.
The easiest way to do that, though, would be to win. And the problem is whenever you're doing things,
that's not in his skill set, Jake.
Right.
And old man pride, and
Yes.
it's the way we've done it for years, also plays into that factor as well.
I'm sorry. Quick thing about the guard thing. If you'll remember when they took Zach Martin, they said he's going to be our future right tackle. Or at least I remember hearing that. They put him at guard, and he was just too good there.
I know he could have. Yeah, that's true.
They don't want no tough questions. They will sit their butt up in their office and be regular GMs. They can make decisions. Not worry about what nobody has to say.
Now that's a quick aside for Blake losing his fantasy matchup, which was very important.
It was so close.
Damn it! I actually buy all of this. This is not like a.
Wouldn't Trey Lance be playing if the media was a GM?
I don't know that that's really been happening though.
Media determines what Jerry does. Jerry has 4 TVs in his office. He watches ESPN, FS1, Fox News, and CBS all day long. He has 4 TV screens in his office. He watches them all day long. The people on TV determine what decisions he makes.
Thought one of those would be on Bravo or something.
All right, but I also believe that. We've seen it from the Giants' Hard Knocks. They have NFL Network or ESPN on in the GM's office all the time. And they are absolutely watching how the talking heads react to the moves that they make or don't make. I think Jerry's very in tune with that.
Mm-hmm.
So anyways, I thought that was interesting stuff from Computer there. Speaking of Jerry, let's see. So Stephen A. Smith's, also speaking of talking heads, made some comments about how much like, it's been a couple weeks now, but that much like Joe Biden, someone needs to get Jerry out of the public. Like that he's incompetent. And I'll play you a little bit of Jerry's response.
Well, as you know, Stephen A. is a fraud in a positive sense. I'm smiling.
First of all, I thought that was hilarious.
I haven't heard that in a while.
Yeah. I'm smiling when I say that.
Yeah.
He's a fraud.
We are friends. And I am having huge support and huge input and help from everyone he mentioned in that call about stepping in. But I would say if he had asked me that question relative to the issue or the criticism that Biden had about his ability to function, I wish he'd follow me around every day. And he would see that I'm the busiest I've ever been in my life.
Yeah, I'll just put my hand up. I'm also the busiest I've ever been in my life, but I'm not sure I'm doing a good job at anything.
Yeah.
So that doesn't automatically mean that just because you've got a full schedule that you're still able to handle these things. And he went on to say, like, I did a 14-hour round trip to a 14-hour round trip to New York for a league meeting. It's like, okay, you were able to stay awake? That doesn't mean you're good at it.
Who's not busy? Everybody's busy.
Yeah.
It doesn't make him special.
And he's like, yeah, if he followed me around for a day, he'd see everything I'm doing. But I don't know. I just love that he's asked, like, hey, you almost seem as bad as the president we had to publicly remove for fear of the future of the republic. He did another I'm always going to be the GM thing. We don't have to play that. You know what time that is. This is a fun one. We've got Trayvon Diggs guesting on Micah Parsons' podcast, The Edge.
So 5 losses in a row doesn't stop his podcast.
No, and he was somewhat asked about that in the cut that we'll play after this one. But the first one, what was the Joe Mixon thing? Was it just a touchdown celebration or something?
Remember we had Landry Locker on who said the only reason they tried to score that touchdown is because they hadn't scored a second-half touchdown in a while.
Okay.
And so maybe it felt a little forced because they were already up 17 or something.
Right.
Okay, yeah.
Game.
I just know that.
Well, you know what? The Cowboys, it's not like they weren't going for it on every 4th down, right?
Yeah.
Isn't that the kind of the mindset that if the team that's getting the crap kicked out of them is still trying to do things and playing in a way that in a normal game they making decisions and taking shots that they normally wouldn't take in the flow of maybe a closer game, then the other team should be like, yeah, we're going to fucking score. Yes, we're going to try and score.
The thing I forgot about Blake was when he hurdled over someone on the way into the boundary touchdown, and he did the too small. He didn't even have to hurdle that guy, but he just did it. So
that gets under their skin?
I guess so, but not as much as something done by another player, former Cowboy Dalton Schultz. I should have put this video in there, but Dalton Schultz did like a trolling the Cowboys type video where he had 2 coffee mugs, and you couldn't really tell there was anything in there, but when he poured liquid in them, you could see the imprint of the mugs just said like the Texans are the best team in Texas or something like that.
I actually saw Dalton Schultz put some little coffee troll thing on Twitter. I'm like, what the hell? Like,
what he was trying to say?
It was like in the coffee mugs, like the Texans are the best team in Texas.
Now they kind of watch. You feel the energy from Trayvon Diggs.
Got him.
Yeah.
Like what? Like
no chance.
That little petty sidebar now that you over there, you feel like, like come on, dog.
Laugh now, cry later.
Like,
that's
come on, dog. Like, yeah. Like, I get it, like, Joe Mixon, did that. You know, he had a, decent game, 100 yards, 20 carries.
Decent game?
Okay.
He scored 3 touchdowns.
There's a video right there.
Rob, I feel like I need Barbara Billingsley from Airplane to show up and go, excuse me, stewardess, I speak jive.
Yeah. You don't have to just direct that to Rob. I've seen Airplane.
Yeah, but you probably haven't remembered it much.
Here's the funniest part about this is as they're talking about it, they're saying like, it's one thing for Joe Mixon to troll us, but they're like, he had a decent game, but a decent game against the Cowboys is 100+ yards on 20 carries and 3 touchdowns. They're like, it's not like he balled out. He just does what everyone else does to us.
Like, I get it, like, Joe Mixon, did that. He had a, decent game, 100 yards, 20 carries, but, like, no impact on Twitter? Come on, young.
Talking about Schultz.
So he didn't cook.
Nah, come on. You know what I'm saying? But they say,
Okay, so anyways, he's just laughing at like, Dalton Schultz is going to troll us. He had no impact on the game. When you get your ass kicked, I'm not sure you get to decide too much of who gets to troll you.
Doesn't this sound like a really worse version of the Roast Twins?
Yes, and I listened to a lot of this today, and it's, I mean, if I play, I'm not going to put you through it, but
No, put us through it.
Okay, this is them talking about whether or not the Texans are legit.
We know what that was for. Come on, bro. Like,
silence.
Like, stop. You know what I'm saying? But do we look at it and say, are the Texans real contenders in the AFC?
Silence.
What you think?
Honestly, bro.
Silence.
Silence. I think they're a good team, but if I'm looking at some of these other teams,
I can't do it.
It is painful.
It's so bad.
Like, skip ahead. He's just going to basically say, like, they're good, but they're not that good in the AFC. They just beat your ass. What does that make
you? True. That's true. They just bent you over completely. So you may be thinking, like, oh, man, Micah, what are you doing out here? Just let it go. Who cares what Dalton Schultz is tweeting? Their team won. Mm-hmm. Just let it go. You're getting killed out here. So somebody thought to ask him, kudos to this reporter, I think it might be Calvin, about social media and other athletes.
James said he's not going to be on social media. How come you don't take that approach?
LeBron was on social media for 20 years.
So the question was, LeBron said he's not going to be on social media going forward. Like, how do you think about that?
And he'll take social media breaks during playoffs. And
you talking about Zero Dark 30?
Yes, I apologize.
LeBron was on social media for 20 years.
Okay.
So what are you saying? I've been on the league for 4 years. Now he's getting on social media. 4 championships later. LeBron was on social media when he won an NBA title. What are we saying here?
So in 20 years, you're going to be like, I can't do this anymore.
I might be done with the media in 20. You won't even know who I am in 20 years. I might have a beard and bald and be on a beach somewhere. You know what I'm saying? 20 years? What?
You're going to be fat too and all that?
Yeah, LeBron also tweeted 6 months ago that his son was better than NBA players. Like, you know what I'm saying? Or did you say he was on Twitter then? You know what I'm saying? Like, we can't play that type of game. There's a bunch of Amon St. Brown has this podcast. Why don't nobody talk about his podcast? Like, there's a bunch of people doing podcasts. Don't bring that about Micah Parsons to podcast. Like, yeah, come on, Travis Hunter. He's going up for Heisman.
Maybe your podcast is just more exciting.
Hey, sometimes. That's what you get paid, right? That's why you get paid the big bucks. I don't know everyone's contract, but I get paid pretty well.
Yeah.
I hate this team.
They're talking about
so
how much better his podcast and Twitter account is than others. And his first thought is defensive, like, hey, well, LeBron won titles while he was on Twitter. And he also remembers something dumb that LeBron tweeted 6 months ago.
Because he's had this argument already with somebody else.
Yes. Yeah. And he's on. And, dude, they're like, I don't even know their record off the top of my head right now. Are they 3-7?
Yeah.
They're 3-7.
At one point, they had a winning record. They were 3-2.
They're about, so 5 in a row, just 20-point losses.
Setting records.
They're looking at a game Sunday where they get a real taste, at least the first taste, of what the next half decade is going to look like of dealing with the monster from Washington. And they're just like, my podcast is better. You know what? While you're here, like and subscribe, 5-star review.
Yeah, they're 10.5-point underdogs, and this is what they're talking about.
To a rookie quarterback.
I know it's so old man, looking through old man lenses, but you know people like Charlie Waters and Cliff Harris and Roger Staubach, if they get wind of this, do they just like hear it and then go, oh God, and just put their heads back in the sand?
Yeah, I mean, yes, it is a very old man thing to say, but it's possible to be a current athlete, a modern athlete, and not be so over the top like he is. And I love the guy. And I don't think there's anything he could do that can make me not love him as far as social media, podcast type stuff. But it just doesn't print well when you're getting the shit kicked out of you every 7 days. Now,
do you think that the modern athlete gives less of a damn and
about winning,
about being part of a winning thing than they did in the 70s or 80s or even 90s for that matter, where it just seemed like the optics of it back then was these guys, they don't consort with the other team. They're not about exchanging jerseys and shaking hands, and
they're no free agents,
and they're outside interest. I agree. Yeah, that's definitely the case. But it seemed like that it was free agency the one thing that absolutely killed that.
Definitely
there's a lot more ways for these guys to generate income outside of their contracts in football, as far as endorsements, as far as podcasts. I'm sure Micah makes a pretty decent taste from people tuning into that thing. It's almost like the winning is how you're winning at business. I feel is more important than lifting a trophy.
For some guys.
Lifting the trophy, that's pretty cool, and that's kind of a byproduct that makes you a more viable brand moving forward. But I think that we live in such a society right now where there's so much emphasis put on image, fame, money, legacy, that I think that sports is just an avenue to reach, to further those other goals.
I don't think that's – I think we would do the same. Like, if you could drink a Body Armor and make $5 million, wouldn't you? Or do a podcast and make
No, I'm not knocking it. I'm not knocking that at all. I think it's because there are more options and there are more avenues to monetize in this current age that becomes more of an important thing to you than maybe winning or maybe winning a championship.
I probably don't blame them for that.
Because if you could I don't know if I blame them. I'm just saying, I'm just trying to point out the differences between now and 20, 30 years ago.
You guys want to talk about a dude who definitely does still love winning? Like, he's a child, he loves winning? That's going to be Cleveland Browns starting quarterback Jameis Winston. Because last night, in an insane snow game in Cleveland, the Browns handed the Steelers their third loss. So the Steelers have now lost to the Cowboys and the Browns.
And the Colts.
This was an Amazon game, and I picked it up in the fourth quarter, and it was crazy. It was a fun game. and we're going to start with Jameis pregame on the Thursday Night Football. And every time Jameis starts a game now, we're getting memeable and viral content.
Mm-hmm.
But what if we added in a blizzard? So you can just act like a full-on kid football player. Let's go with the pregame interview
you
first.
Have said you don't
just watch how
the
his demeanor
until
changes.
You beat the Steelers. What will it take tonight?
The horse is prepared for battle, but victory comes from the Lord. So I'm dependent on the Lord.
Is that the message to the team?
Day by day, one play at a time. That's the message.
Weather conditions tonight. We're expecting winds up to 15 miles per hour in a wintry mix. How will that impact your ability to throw the ball?
I am so happy and grateful that the Lord has blessed me to play in some snow, to be in true football weather in Cleveland, Ohio at Huntington Bank Field today to give him the glory. It's a beautiful day.
Sure feels like you're playing in the AFC North.
It is. It's magical. Thank you.
I love him.
Yeah, it's tough not to. I do find it funny, though, whenever you're shouting it out and you're describing that the Lord has blessed you with this situation, that you have to say Huntington Bank Field. Like, I grew up as a small boy, just dreaming of gracing the field sponsored by Regional Bank Huntington.
Yes.
It just sounds not as romantic. But still, yeah, just watching him, it feels like you're watching a kid. So they get the win. He had a really gutsy touchdown run. He threw a 2-point conversion completion when the battery from the comms unit in his helmet had fallen out
of his ear hole, and
it was over his. It was kind of over his eye, like a sniper, like a little thing on his. And then the post-game antics were on. So this one, he's holding like a teddy bear. He's running around in the snow. Just wanted you guys to see this and tell me what you think.
Let it snow. The Cleveland Browns got some more wins, baby.
That didn't rhyme.
Let's get it. I just got a Teddy Buddy.
Teddy Buddy.
I just got off Amazon, and I'm probably about to go and order a dub off Amazon. It's going to get here to my house by 9 o'clock tonight. That's how fast it is.
That weather? I don't know.
So he's pimping Amazon on their broadcast.
They love that.
He dropped Teddy Buddy, and he also I think he meant to stop with Mo instead of Mo wins. Like in the snow, the Cleveland Browns got some Mo wins. So just kind of freestyling there. Yeah, Amazon will be here by 9 p.m. That's how fast he is. Third one, we go back to the Amazon broadcast here, and you just got to see the visual for this one for you boys. But
Really doing this?
He's out there with the host, and he's just snow angel time.
Let's go, Tony. Let's go.
I'll watch.
I got Sherman and Whitworth and Patrick all doing snow.
We're just having fun. We're having a lot of fun with Jameis.
Have fun.
You know who's not doing that
Jameis
right there?
Winston, what'd
Dak
you
Prescott.
You're the best.
No.
Dak Prescott. And see, just because you're mentioned the Lord guy all the time, it doesn't mean you have to be such a square.
That's
Jameis
true.
mentions it, and he's still fun and affable.
He wasn't out there making snow devils.
No, he was not. I don't even know how you do that, but
oh, there's a way.
Do I want you to go on? Poop,
blood.
Oh, blood
and urine.
Blood and urine
and poop
and poop.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Do you have to do Arkansas doctor in his office on top of it or no? By the way,
not if it's that cold.
By the way, somebody sent me the video of the Arkansas doctor from yesterday's episode.
Unedited?
It's pretty much unedited. Yeah, we can't play it. I think it would get banned from every video platform. I mean, he just straight up jerks it right on this chick's shoulder.
Whoa! You've seen that?
Yeah, it's out there. It wasn't in the news story that I played for you guys yesterday, and he's laughing the whole time.
And
then
what's she doing? Going
kind of just taking it. And then the two other nurses jump up.
Nut nurses?
The two other
is that what he calls them?
Yeah, the two other nut nurses jump up to help her clean it off, and they're just they're not fazed by this at all.
So this is just
before.
normal.
It's happened a lot of times before. One of them's like, "I got a bra in my car if you need it."
Oh my god!
And he's like, "Look at you guys springing into action to help." And one of them goes, "Hose stick together."
Oh my god!
This is just joking about it. It's really, really weird. It's
So
the
they were
chillest nut I've ever seen.
They were just groomed. groomed to accept that behavior as normal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was doing devil angels. And then the last one, this is from the podium. And I guess this is the thing with Jameis is he genuinely seems like shocked that everything is happening around him. You know, I mean, he's a Heisman winner. He's right.
Yeah.
How old is he now?
He's got to be 30, 32.
He was 2013 draft.
Okay.
30.
Damn. Feels
Yeah,
like
about to turn 31.
feels like he's been around longer than that for some reason.
So he has this like presentness to him. Like I want to say presence, but I don't mean he has a commanding presence. It just feels like he's always in the moment. You know? And he's like, oh geez, can't believe I'm here. And this is from the podium afterward. This is pretty much purely that.
Man, you know, it really was amazing. Like, I was just praying on the sideline because that fourth quarter, it really was like it was a whole paradigm shift. Like we were playing so well offensively, and then bang, bang, back-to-back drives with turnovers, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, like this is really an NFL's filmed moment. The snow starts pouring down. It starts getting like I felt like my feet started getting heavy because I'm squishing through the snow. And, man, it was so good, and it was so great to end up getting that win.
I love it, but also, my man, it is week 12, and you're 3-8. It isn't like the Canton is like, let's get the tape.
Small victories.
Yeah, but think of his career.
Oh, I know.
One pick and flamed out, and now he's a backup, and now he's playing and getting a win. I mean, it's huge for him.
Against Pittsburgh, you know.
Yeah.
It was a cool moment. It just kind of felt like... Yeah,
that's a man.
But I like
that
about him.
Seize the day.
Exactly,
Yeah.
and that's the thing is you want to be that person who like every moment is that special to you. It's just most people can't. All right. Speaking of backup quarterbacks, one who's about to become one.
Well, yeah, you'd expect Dak. Well, you know, it was good to get a win, and it's something we can build on for the future. And that's the kind of answer you would get.
Yeah.
That's cool. It's kind of fun to see a guy.
No doubt.
Bring out a little personality to the podium, even if he looks like he might be battling some type of bipolar issue. You know,
don't worry about that.
Just from that pregame interview, it's like he looked the first half of the interview. He looked like Martin Luther King Jr. pondering some big civil rights issue that's ahead of him, and then he just like the X kicked in, and then he just got super euphoric about the snow.
It's falling from the sky. It's so beautiful.
Yeah.
So we're going to see Tommy DeVito next week on Thanksgiving.
Heck yeah.
Tommy Cutlets is in the mix as Daniel Jones has been benched. And as is often the case, whenever you're that type of QB1, they don't just make you the backup because you're no longer the backup. You're done. They make you QB3, which means he had to be the scout team safety in practice yesterday, making $45 million a year. So he knows it's over. So he went to the podium yesterday and looking like an ISIS hostage, read a statement on where he is right now.
All right, wrote something down just to make sure I say it the right way. Let's see. The opportunity to play for the New York Giants was truly a dream come true, and I'm extremely grateful to the Mara and Tisch families for the chance to play here.
He's holding today's newspaper.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
The Giants are truly a first-class organization, and I have nothing but genuine respect and appreciation for the people who have built it and who helped carry on that tradition. I've met so many special people and created relationships that will truly last a lifetime. Thank you to all my teammates, coaches, and staff that have done so much for me these past 6 years. There have been some great times, but of course, we all wish there had been more of those.
Okay, so he does that for about a minute. He gets kind of choked up.
Is he standing in front of a black banner with some white
AKs.
squiggly lines on it?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. The one guy's just slowly unsheathing a machete.
Mm-hmm. There's to his left is Chemical Ali in a New York cap.
Well, so I saw people talking about this on Twitter last night and wanted to go find this clip. There's a Sports Center anchor named Elle Duncan. She's generally, I guess, pretty solid. I think she does a decent job from what I've seen. She's kind of got some female bro in her. She has a segment.
That's mandatory.
Of course.
Yeah.
It really is. She has a segment, and she really could have done one of two things here. She could have gone with her feature being like dunked on, but she went with Take the L. Really a generous gift from God on the names. Like you can do a lot with Elle Duncan. So it's called Take the L, and she pretty much shit all over Daniel Jones on SportsCenter.
You know, we normally reserve taking the L for Fridays, but Giants quarterback Daniel Jones just did something so inexplicable that we made an exception. After being benched this week, Jones took to the podium to say goodbye to the franchise and fans, but with like 7 games left in the season.
All right, wrote something down just to make sure I say it the right way.
I'm sorry, you have to write this down? Didn't you go to Duke?
The opportunity to play for the New York Giants.
Okay, so we're going to skip ahead. She's already making fun of him for having to write it down, right?
Mm-hmm.
With, generic hip-hop bed behind it. Now it's the end of the statement is here.
Fans are a huge part of what makes playing for the Giants so special. Thank you.
You guys think he had this saved in his notes since like 2020? In all seriousness, DJ, I could have saved you
Let's bring
like
it back.
90 seconds. A rewrite. Sorry you paid me $108 million for one playoff win, and I look forward to reviving my career as Brock Purdy's backup. The end.
Not a bad landing spot.
Like, Jesus Christ, lady.
ESPN Plus scheduled
The
tonight.
guy was up there like crying.
Was he?
He was just like, man, he's getting publicly embarrassed in New York City. Like, I know they paid him money, but trust me, that guy is hurting. And I mean, look, whatever, but it's just weird for a SportsCenter anchor to be like, ha ha.
Yeah, I guess I missed that part. This was on SportsCenter?
Yeah. Yeah, this is the 6 o'clock SportsCenter last night after his press conference in the afternoon. And I guess they kind of mixed the line of commentary and doing highlights, but it's just not often you see an anchor be like, this guy sucks.
Yeah, that's not good. That's not the place for that.
He should feel like an idiot. It was just weird. I don't know.
I took out of that statement that he read. It's almost like he did it sarcastically. Like it sounds like he's so fed up with the situation. There's a little like he sounded almost somewhat acerbic in his tone. I got this so I don't forget, so I'll make sure I say everything right, and just went through the motions. I really loved my time here in New York, and kind of like, yeah, this is something I got to do, but I cannot effing wait to get out of here.
Yeah, I mean, when Romo did his deal where he looked like he was in the People's Court, where he had like a sling, and in my mind, like a chemical lung type thing, his press conference felt like bullsh to me.
Yeah.
When he was handing things over to Dak, like, ugh. Time has come. It's like, look, nobody asked you, dude. You are not playing again this year,
no
matter what. But
overly earnest. This one was just let me go through the motions and get this over with because I'm expected to do it.
Yeah, I just thought it was really kind of a weird move from her. But whatever. Trying to stay relevant in the media game on SportsCenter.
She's looking for impressions, Jake.
Are those good?
It's what they tell me.
All right, so let's go over to Blake, and we'll look at a couple college notes here before we take a break and hit picks.
You want to do this before picks? Or do you want to – because I told people now.
Well, it sounds like we're going to do this after picks.
Hey, Twitter world. Yours truly, Arnthal James here. Well, I just finished watching a little bit of First Take and the other show that they got, Get Up, I guess it is. And what is with these guys in the Dallas Cowboys? I think they talk about the Dallas Cowboys more than any other team in football. And they're talking about what this Trey Lance deal, how it should affect Dak Prescott. Look, if it affects Dak negatively, then Dak shouldn't be the quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys. I saw enough of this kid to know that there's a possibility that one day, if he ever gets a chance to get in some football games, he might end up being a star in this league. The book is still wide open on Trey Lance. And for Dallas to get him for a fourth-round pick, Jerry Jones, to me, that's genius.
You're listening to The Dumb Zone.
We don't have to listen to the whole thing.
Just the one payoff.
You can go.
Puppet.
All right, there it is.
Puppet.
All right, it's Friday. Let's
Good,
do
how's it
some
going?
picks. Well, we didn't really
Good,
ask
good.
you. We didn't really ask you at all. Let's do some picks with our friends. I guess, yeah, we'll first go. What's happening?
He's talking to somebody else.
He's probably at.
Sorry, guys. I'm doing a little live stream here. Oh, it's all right.
Autograph seekers.
Here's Dan in Clemson.
I think security guy. He's trying to kick me out.
Oh, no.
Tell
He's
him
gonna
you know,
Billy Club me.
Tell him you know Dabo.
Tell me you'll whip his ass.
Well, neither one of those things are really true.
Let's get a little sit rep on your shoes. Now you're wearing already curiously have the purple and orange Clemson with a like earth toned.
So my daughter has a lot of problems with so yeah, I'm at Clemson,
I can't even see your lower half, and I already have a problem with what I can see. So
I'm at Clemson University right now. Let's take a look at where I am. I am at Death Valley, my friends. Look at that.
There it is.
Is it backwards or is it forward?
It's correct.
All right.
You gonna fire up the boys for the Citadel?
And I turned this hat around so it would look better.
You
But I
had,
can do this
of course,
if you
he did. He has his neon green Under Armour beanie.
A beret.
The king of Clash.
Look at Savoy.
And then if you want to go shoes, if you want to see the whole, do you want to see the whole ensemble?
Yeah, we'll see the whole ensemble.
That's no one's saying that.
Oh, slower.
Yeah.
Oh,
There they
God.
are. There they are.
Bulge!
My daughter, we were at lunch today, and she's like, "Are those the only shoes you brought?" And I said, "Yes."
Dude. Like at this point, as Jimmy said yesterday, it's almost a style unto itself to have so little command of color coordination. Like you look awful.
Oh, I was going to ask, was Jimmy complimenting me?
Well, I mean, he might have been complimenting the unique nature of your approach, but yeah, I don't know, dude. You've got a lot going on there. Did you touch the rock?
In fact, I was trying to stand in front of the rock, but they put up a thing, like a tarp, something where I can't see the rock now. But tomorrow, so it's senior day for the football team, and my daughter's a senior, and she works for the football team because women can do anything.
Get over it.
And apparently what women can do in this particular case is like prepare the protein shakes and whatnot that they drink. So she gets to ride the bus.
Time out. Notice Dan not willing to make a protein shake joke right there, folks. Just want to make sure we're all.
I have a few.
But I will with other people's daughters.
No, I was gonna say,
There's a lot of people's daughters around here that we would love to do. Anyway,
we'd love it, folks.
Anyway, she gets to ride the bus. You ever seen like the Clemson tradition?
It's awesome. ESPN will put the camera in there.
Yeah, the players arrive via a bus. They drop them off right in front of the stadium. They run in. They touch Howard's Rock, which was named after Clemson alumni Ken Howard, the White Shadow. Was very well known back in the 70s and 80s as the coach of the inner city team, the White Shadow. And yes, so they named this rock after him. And you touch it, and then they run down the hill. But she gets to run down the hill tomorrow.
That's awesome.
And you've seen the first person down that hill is Dabo sprinting. It's amazing.
It's very cool. Well, okay, let's check in with Soroy.
So that's tomorrow.
Soroy's already shown us a quick glimpse visually of where, oh, look at this.
Hello,
Soroy
testing,
on the beach.
1, 2, 3.
God.
Senior Salt Life checking in.
Oh, my God. Look at this guy. His beard's looking great. Just chill. How's the surf?
It's actually up today. Probably get out there a little bit. We're doing some shelling on there's Vida and Christina looking for seashells on sunny Fiesta Key Beach in Sarasota, the land of animal-themed mailboxes, I've realized.
That's a great observation.
That is a thing
like
for
60%, like 65%, I would say. Octopus, manatee,
Flamingo.
seahorse, absolute flamingos everywhere.
I have some news for your mom that may make her very happy.
Well, she'll probably forget it in about 30 seconds after I tell it to her. But
Okay.
let her rip.
He's just going to tell her about the election results again.
There was news
He does
this
get
morning.
excited every couple of minutes.
Yeah.
There were there was news this morning that as we fill out all these senior level positions, former member of the Secret Service and current conservative talk show host
Bongo?
Dan Bongino will be named as the next head of the Secret Service, it looks like.
Dude, I
No
will.
way.
I can deliver that news live on the stream in a moment if you like.
I would. That's exactly what I'm looking for.
Very
Excellent
Homer
choice.
Simpson.
Excellent choice. Oh, here comes my dad, like as if we didn't know.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Spot on.
You big,
Yeah,
big,
let's look at that cabinet that's getting ready to turn over. Yeah, boy.
you like where this
That was a good one. Christopher Ray, boy, that was a good one. Pete Buttigieg, oh, that was a good one.
Yeah, no surprise here.
him.
Yeah, Dan
No
Bongino.
notes there.
Deal.
No notes needed there. You want me to continue?
And we
Look
know
at
their
Chappie's
names.
dressing like he's in the NWO now since the election turned.
Yeah, he can let the bad guy out.
Yeah, the bad guy's here. You know me.
Yeah, man.
Hey, yo.
You big Bongino fan, Pops?
Well, hell yes. Are
Yeah.
you kidding me?
Yeah.
I'm a WBAP 820. Good grief. He used to be part of the Secret Service. It's time he got elevated.
Yeah, he's really you're right. He's earned it. He was actually a fellow employee of mine. He was he took issue with some cumulus policies as well.
Yeah, well,
Will you-
big fan of his.
Will you
So,
finally think I'm cool now that you know that I worked with Dan Bongino?
You're getting closer as long as you divorce the idea of Bernie Sanders being a politician.
You know that's never going to happen.
All right, then we're on the border.
Yeah. Speaking of the border, right? We're about to take care of that. I think we're about to send SEAL Team 6 down there, right? Isn't that what you were telling me?
Well, you know what? You'd have more than that after 10 million of them came over. You'd have to have a lot more than that.
10 million per second, I think. Is what Biden
There's
said.
not a problem.
Yeah.
Mike, there's not a problem down there. It's closed.
It is sealed shut now.
Good
Thankfully.
Lord.
Good.
All right,
See,
well, let's
Hi,
take a
Rob.
look at the standings here. Of course, still at the top, we have Akash. He's 37-18. He's the only one to completely unplug from any Cowboys optimism or fandom, so he's 8-2 in Cowboy games, and that's a big part of the reason why he is in first place. He's also got 7 and I want to say 4 in triple plays. That helps as well. Jasmine leading the top of the pack with 32 wins, Mikey with 30, Pops with 29, and then the three hosts of your, quote, talk show, sports talk show, Dan with 25, Jake with 24, Blake with 23 wins. How do you want to do this, Dan? It's your segment. You want to go first or what?
I'll go first because right now I'm just having a crisis with my phone. I'm at 25%.
How is that a crisis?
Because if it
Plug it
runs
into your
out,
beanie.
If it runs out, you don't know how to get home?
I have my wife's phone on me too, but I was trying to. She's got like 100%. Anyway, you want me to do some picks first?
No, I want you to tell that story again.
God damn it. Why must I be ridiculed at every turn? So we're going to pick the Cowboy game, a knockout pick, and our triple play, right?
Yes, sir.
So I will tell you that the Cowboys are getting 10.5 points.
Uh-huh.
How far they have fallen. And I'm going to take Washington, Pat.
Yeah.
Who might we see there Sunday, Jake?
Some of the people my dad just mentioned there, like you might see Alan Greenspan, former chairman of the Fed there. You might see Denny Hastert, former House Majority Leader. You know, D.C., the place to see and be seen among all the celebs. Like
Congressman Tony Hall.
You could see Congressman Tony Hall. That's right. You know, you could see, heck, you might run into Marjorie.
Oh, my. MTG. You like her, Chappie?
Maybe you could just drag a net over all them bastards and put them in prison.
Lock them up. Yeah, Dad, what do you have on Marge Taylor Greene? You a fan of hers?
Nice piece.
You know what? I'm gonna cut that one off right there. But yeah.
Do you know who Lauren Boebert is? She's another one of the female hot.
He absolutely knows who she is.
I think he does.
She got,
you know who that is, Dad?
Yeah, she got milked in a movie theater.
No, she jerked a guy off at Beetlejuice.
No, she was milking.
She was
Well,
just priming
so was
the
he.
pump.
Hey, she got to do what she got to do. I ain't got nothing against it. No, let me in there. Let me in there.
All right, let's go back to Dan.
My knockout pick. Last two guys still in the knockout, Blake?
Yes.
Yeah.
In our show league, we have 2 left still.
And surprise, surprise, they are both taking the Chiefs this week.
Well, I have not yet used Detroit. So give me the Motor City Kitties to defeat Indianapolis on the road this Sunday at 1 p.m. Eastern time.
What's the spread?
Eastern time.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, man.
It's like 9 or something. Eastern time sucks.
Mm-hmm.
Sucks.
Yeah, not a fan.
My God. Anyway, so there's lots of tasty nuggets on this week's schedule, Chappie.
Yes, sir.
I am thinking about riding my Denver Broncos and Bo Nix, favored by 6 at Las Vegas. But I'm not going to go with that one. But that does look tasty. Riding a hot team is always a good thing to do. I see Philadelphia, red hot, favored by 3 at home. On the road against the Rams. They're traveling to the West Coast. They're kind of due for a letdown too. I'm not going to bet on that game, but it's tasty. I want to.
Yeah.
I kind of like Green Bay at home. Favored by 3 against San Francisco. 49ers are reeling. Is Brock Purdy healthy? Is Brock Purdy not healthy? Doesn't matter.
Could be a snow game.
Tasty game, but I'm not going to go with that.
Okay.
Take your time.
Going through the whole schedule.
Got about 12% left.
I told you, lots of tastiness on this week's schedule. Arizona is also a hot team. They are going to Seattle, and that's a pick'em game. I can't believe it. Seattle's like 2-5 in their last 7. Arizona's red hot. I'm not going to take that. I will take, however, Baker Mayfield.
Oh, my God. We should have known.
Baker
It's a
Mayfield
long
is
way here.
going to New York. The Giants are reeling. If they're looking to anything, they are looking ahead to Thanksgiving Day. It's Tommy DeVito's return. That can't be good.
The disrespect.
Baker Mayfield is disrespected by only being favored by 6 in New York. What if it snows? Doesn't matter. He loves that.
Mm-hmm.
He thrives on it. Give me the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to win by 6 for my triple play. Hit the sounder.
Bum, bum,
Oh,
bum,
wait.
bum, bum. All right. I'll just go ahead and go next.
Sorry for the length. That's what I never said.
Yep.
Yeah.
Got it.
I'm going to take Washington, but I know this will be the time when the Cowboys cover. I just know it will. I know this will be the one. It's not the same as looking at them against Detroit, a team that can go beat teams by 35. Love Washington, but they are an inexperienced team. But they've also lost a couple in a row, so I don't think they're going to do anything other than put the pedal to the metal. I'm going to take Washington, but I don't. That's a lot of effing points. All right, so for my knockout, I'm going to go with. I'm going to take the Ravens over the Chargers. It's a road game, but I don't see this Ravens thing continuing. They'll get this done. Ravens over Chargers Monday night game. For my triple, I actually thought about going the other way, Dan, and taking the Giants over the Bucks.
Do it.
Because
don't be a pussy.
Taking the Giants over the Bucks because no one can be worse than Daniel Jones. It's just like I would probably take the Cowboys if they put Trey Lance in, just to see. I'm not going with that. I also kind of like the Bears getting 3.5 at Minnesota. Minnesota is falling apart. Their offense is not any good. They're overrated offensively. Bears showing up a little bit since they moved on from their OC. But I'm not going with that one either, Dan.
Excellent. We're going to run through 12 games, too?
I'm here to get fucking weird with it, folks. There's something building out there in Carolina.
No way.
Oh.
I'm going to take the Panthers getting 11 at Arrowhead. The Chiefs have been playing a lot of close games. They hadn't really blown anybody out.
They're at home.
The Panthers are at home?
Yeah.
Even better, America.
They're purr in the
Kansas
house.
City's only won one game by 11 or more. That was back in week 5. Carolina plus 11. They're really building something there. The Chiefs just don't know how to blow anybody out. You got Thielen back for Carolina. Give me All right, up next, let's go to Blake.
All right, give me Commanders minus 10.5. Knockout. I have not taken the Chiefs yet, so give me the Chiefs there. And I was going to go Bucks minus 6. Baker off of the bye. He's getting Mike Evans back, and the Giants are horrible. But for the integrity of this game, let me travel down to the beaches where Mike Soroy is currently at. The Dolphins' offense with Tua is way back. They're only getting 7 at home against the Patriots. Let's ride that Dolphin wave, Soroy. Ride, Dolphins ride. Dolphins minus 7.
My man. Don't
I
ever
like
ride
that.
it off. Illegal, but
That's tasty.
That was my echoes.
That was on my.
Does that sound like a dolphin?
Keep doing it.
Oh, yeah.
Higher pitch.
Looks like Dad's got one he wants to break out over there. All right. Let's go to Pops. What do you have over there? Buff
Amen.
Bagwell or whatever you're trying to be.
Damn, that's so good.
Well, I moved 3 weeks ago into a rental,
Yeah.
and the neighbors are slowly getting adjusted to me.
Those
But
are
in
the learning curves.
Yeah, but in the process, I lost my razor. I found my razor, but then I thought I've been getting so many positive comments about it. I thought I'd just go ahead and keep running. I'd like to say one more thing since everybody kind of said I'm going to like this team, I'm going to like that team. I tell you, boys, the two people in front were in trouble because last week I went 4-1 and I lost ground to the leaders. That's pretty disappointing when you turn a 4-1 in and you say, you know what? These other two people, Akash and Jasmine, went 5-0, and I'm actually lost a game. So I'll leave you with this. There's 7 weeks left. There's 5 points a week. That's 35 points on the table for each person that's a participant in this contest. That's 35 points. Now, you can spend that any way you want it. But unless one of these two people, Mike, I know you're tracking over there on that beach. If they don't start losing, Dan, we ain't going to gain no ground. Now, we might gain ground on these chumps behind us and in the middle, but he's got an 8-game lead. Now, if he doesn't lose, I don't even know why I'm on here now because I'm not past him. All right, with that being said, I am so deep with the Cowboys. I'm going to Cowboys again. I can't turn back now. I don't care if I lose every single week.
Damn.
They have got so many of my points. I'm taking the Cowboys in 10.5, and probably just like last Monday night or whatever night it was with the Texans, and the week before that with the Eagles, I go like, you idiot.
Do you have real units on the Cowboys this weekend?
No, I don't bet on them.
Okay.
No, I don't bet on them. But the people in front of me
Kid can
keep
still go to
taking
college.
the other team. They take the other team. So it's basically every time I take the Cowboys,
2
it's
losses.
a 2-point win. Yeah, it's like, you idiot.
Yep.
No wonder.
Write them down
I
for
got the
Cowboys. Yeah.
Got the Cowboys in 10.5. My knockout, I'm taking the Chiefs. I like your pick, son, with the Panthers in 11, but the Chiefs are going to win that game. So I'm taking the Chiefs in the knockout.
Thanks, Dad. That's the nicest thing you ever said to me.
Yeah, well, you know what? There's a Christmas present. Now I'm gonna get to my pick. You picked right in on my home turf there, Sonny, because I'm taking the Chargers for my triple at home +3.
All this
Now-
is he just has this massive hard-on for Harbaugh, and he just keeps picking him because
Now let me just give you one goblet.
just because he's the least gay coach. So he's just like, I like that guy.
Let me tell you what. If you tell me that you're going to take a Harbaugh bowl and you're going to have Jim and John Jim Harbaugh's better than his brother. Coach John Harbaugh will find a way once again, like I said the other week ago when I took the Steelers for my triple. He will find a way to cause penalties and whatever all their bullshit is. But at the end of the day, I'm going to take for my lock of the week, I'm going to go with the Chargers.
All right, bolt up.
At home.
John has a Super Bowl win. Jim doesn't.
Yeah. Well, this week, Jim is going to roll. Have I told you how the Chargers look like a mini Michigan? Let me
Like
go
4
down
times. You told, you told us like 4 times.
Between that and watching a game with an NFL player, I'm still
bingo, Dad knows an NFL player.
I wanted to say that
Bingo,
I knew you wanted to hear it.
Bingo.
I knew you wanted to hear it, so I brought it out. I'm done.
Hey,
Is that
Mikey.
a squirrel?
Yeah, what do we got going on there?
I think it's a tiger.
A tiger?
What?
Yeah, look at
that. What? Whoa.
Yeah.
All right.
Hey, Mike, can you break the news about bongos?
I will in a minute, but this seashell mission I went on and all this connection and pics have taken so long. My mom is currently peeing behind a hurricane-ravaged tiki hut.
All right.
So I had to walk away a little bit, but I will do my picks and at the end break the Bongino news to her if that works for you.
All right, hit it.
Is that cool?
Yeah.
I completely agree with Jake. I'm just every week with the Cowboys. I'm like, F it, I'm doing it again. And I kind of do think this is the week that Washington probably wins, but it's close. And I also think Jaden Daniels is showing some cracks. Washington's showing some cracks, but I'm not doing it. Like until the Cowboys give legit reason not to completely fade them, I'm not taking it. So I will take the Commanders minus 10.5 there. Triple play, I'm getting weird. I've run 10,000 of my models on this game, and we're taking Boston College plus 2.5 points against North Carolina. Wrong team favored alert. Boston College, our triple play. And then
they actually didn't look bad in that SMU game.
Yeah, exactly. They look pretty good against SMU, and they're pretty good at home. And I think Mac Brown and company have licked the envelope and are mailing it in. So I actually think they should be favored in that game. So I'll take 2.5 Boston College at home. And then Survivor's a bitch right now, dude. I had to check all the teams I've used and who I got left. And I'm stuck with a team that I don't love picking this week at all. I'm taking Detroit at Indy because I've used, pretty much everybody else that feels good this week. So I don't really like it, but I'm going Detroit for my Survivor.
Well, all right. Do we need to
Hang on, let me break this. I'm breaking this news to my mom. Mom, just say hi to all of my friends in Dallas.
Hi, Vida.
Friends in Dallas, how you doing?
Fantastic. How are you today,
I
ma'am?
miss you guys.
Oh, we miss you.
Talking to you.
You look lovely.
They say you look lovely.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. But it kind of windblown. We're right on the ocean. It's beautiful.
Did you get good seashells?
Oh, plenty. Want to see my bag?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, we've got
No, show them the actual bag.
Oh, the actual bag.
Oh, fantastic. Yeah. That's a Patriot. Yep.
Ours, okay? So we're good to go. And look at all these
Okay, we're not going to go through all the shells.
I'm just going to show you. Look at this.
Oh, that's awesome.
That is awesome.
We won the jackpot with this one. Look at this. It goes.
That's really cool. That's really cool.
Right.
That almost looks like
Thank you. Great talking to you. Love you guys.
And they wanted me to just tell you one bit of news.
Yes.
Because, Trump re-won the presidency, right?
Absolutely.
And one of your favorite guys, I think, just got named new head of the Secret Service, Dan Bongino.
What? My guys.
I know.
I knew it. I knew it. My guys won.
Yep.
There you go, Mom.
What are you going to do to celebrate?
You guys got to back me up here. So
we're in good
love
hands.
you and
All right. Thank you, Vida.
Thank
you so much.
To sign off.
All right.
Sign off hard.
Can't do any better than that. All right. Thanks to all.
Love you guys.
Good luck in the Intercontinental Championship, Dad. And
bring the scrap back, Cap.
We'll talk soon.
Also, son, 2 Dan really tasty games this weekend.
All right, we got to go. Yeah, that's going to do it for us here on Picks with Friends today.
Text me, Chappie, he says.
Good
Almighty.
God.
That is a fucking roller coaster, man.
Pure insanity.
Every week.
All right, Blake, how do you want to handle the order of operations here?
Let me play you a quick
We'll wrap up some sports.
Yeah, let me wrap up some sports because I want to play you these videos from Oregon. And this came across my timeline Saturday night as they were playing at Wisconsin, which
is in the Big Ten,
which is cool. It's a cool game. It should not be a conference game. It's very strange. But play Oregon 1, Rob, because I saw Wisconsin at the start of the fourth quarter plays jump around.
They started it.
Yeah, they've been doing it for a really long time, and it's a way to get the student section pumped up, the crowd pumped up, and it bleeds into the players, and it's how they start the fourth quarter, which is super cool. And it's a big time home field advantage. Here it is on the screen. But yeah, this is jump around. And this is Wisconsin getting pumped up, but then it pans to Oregon sideline, and they're feeding into it just as much as Wisconsin is. And so taking Wisconsin's home field advantage and making it their own. So then there you saw a preview. They're in fourth down. So I feel like if you're going to play, you're going to get animated to jump around, you can't go punt, And so this fed into, on Tuesday, Oregon does a little documentary of their own. I think every week they release kind of a Hard Knocks light of Oregon football.
Yeah, a lot of schools are doing this. Some of them, because there's the people in media, social media, not just social media, but the creative departments at every athletic program are insanely good now.
Mm-hmm.
They all put stuff like this out, and it's probably mostly just watched by fans of that team.
I've seen a few things from it.
Yeah.
When they did the 12th man penalty at Ohio State.
Yeah.
Anyway. And so they get into that. And apparently that was a message all week. Dan Lanning said, make this thing that Wisconsin does our own. And so I thought this was a really cool peek behind the curtain. So let's play Oregon number 2.
Oregon team meeting.
He brings in this giant-ass speaker. And keep in mind, they have not played at Wisconsin. Oregon has never played at Wisconsin, so they don't know this bit.
Let's talk through it. They think it will evoke a response from you, right? And they're right. Anybody familiar with Pavlov's dog?
Every time you rang the bell, the dog salivated because the dog associated the bell with the food. Again, we know from a dopaminergic perspective, the dopamine was released into the dog's brain, and the dog's like, I want food now.
In this game and throughout this week, you're going to hear this song, and it's going to release dopamine in your mind. And it's going to tell you that you're hungry to go eat. And whenever we hear this, I want our temperature to change. I want the temperature of the room to change, right? When we hear it at practice, I want you to say to yourself, it's about to get serious. When that song comes on, whether it's in practice, I want you to
All right, skip ahead to practice during the week. And they fire it up, and then they want their kids to go crazy.
It's a cool idea for sure.
For sure.
It's almost like a kid and play dance.
Yeah, don't run from it, but just try to make it your
I
own.
want you to be relaxed in that moment. I want you to start jumping around. I want you guys to enjoy the moment. When it shows up, take advantage of it. Turn that switch in your mind. Pavlov's dog. When you hear this song, what will be your response? Here we go, special teams.
Okay, so he builds up this moment.
And now it's game time.
Then they'll transition into the game. And the players are ready for it.
Yeah.
Bill and Gabriel's telling his
Here it
kids,
comes.
telling his teammates, here it comes. Okay, so the crowd goes
Hell
crazy,
yeah.
and then they go crazy. So let's go back. It's a 4th and 7. They're down by 7. Again, this lead up, you can't punt.
Right.
You have married yourself into whatever you're doing here, you're going to be aggressive. So it's 4th and 7. They're down by 7, and they're driving into Wisconsin territory. And they go for it on 4th down, and we'll flip back to the play after this.
Those guys are talking to the Wisconsin players.
Wisconsin players are
What the hell's going on?
4th and 9. And so they have to go for it, and they convert.
It's badass.
Okay, they drive down, they tie the game, and they eventually win it. But that moment where Dan Lanning is just telling his kids, don't let that be theirs.
Yeah.
This is ours.
I've never seen anything quite like that.
Man, I
It's
haven't either.
amazing.
Like, it's just you got to be in the stands as a Wisconsin fan. Like, hey,
What are they doing?
Right.
You know what? They're probably like, look how stupid they are.
Yeah, they don't know
even
that's our song.
Yeah.
yeah,
But that was so planned
Yeah.
and so wisely manipulated as far as using some pretty, next level psychology.
He's a great coach.
Really smart.
I really, really like that guy.
What do you think McCarthy would have done? Oh,
Get the mojo moment. Remember mojo moment?
Oh, here I brought in a truck of watermelons. Remember when I did that?
Do you guys think it was a bad sign that possibly the times had passed by Mike McCarthy when his big way to culturally connect to the team was with Austin Powers video clips?
My God.
Like
I
in
swear.
hindsight, should we have been like,
if the next coach,
yeah, what, Charlie Chaplin wasn't available? We couldn't have something from the Catskills or something in practice?
if the next coach of this team
Vaudeville, yeah,
is under the age of 44 or over the age of 44, I think I might come in here and gag myself and vomit on a podcast.
Let's just be full ages.
Into a bucket.
Yeah.
Into a Cowboys football helmet.
You know what? I don't even like the show, right? But I want our next coach to be really stoked on Rick and Morty.
Right.
All right, I just wanted to get that out for you.
That was great.
Good stuff.
That was really cool.
Good find.
With the Dumb Zone News.
Let's see here. I'll hit you with a couple local ones to start.
Do we have any naked doctor updates?
No, just the one I had earlier about how we actually have a video of him cooming on that lady.
Cooming?
This is a wild one. So this is right over in South Lake. There's a, as you might expect, a central market there. And this morning there was a car accident in front of the Central Market Shopping Center, a wrong-way crash. And there was an altercation, and this altercation led to shots fired.
Please tell me Dallas, Texas TV had a camera op on the scene.
You know what? I should have checked. One person taken into custody, Sky 4, which is a helicopter that I believe we actually have access to.
Like currently.
Yeah, anytime.
How do you think I'm getting home, bro?
Hey, boys, you want to hang out this weekend? Let's go grab the Sky 4. At least 4 damaged vehicles and a street sign that had been knocked over. Images from Sky 4. But yeah, just, dude, I don't know. Just the car accident that turns into gunfire is just.
Is there a one Latarian Milton at large?
Yeah, right. Do you ever did you see, I like looking at the images of meme kids when they're like 20.
Yeah.
Grilled cheese kid was very popular.
What was the one that was recent? The blonde chick that's looking at you weird.
Oh, Chloe Side-Eye? Or Side-Eye Chloe?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
She's all grown up now.
Yeah.
How grown up?
She's really hot.
Well, I hope that what you mean by that is legal.
20? 17 in Texas, bro.
What a headline here. Florida man claiming to be Elon Musk accused of scamming elderly Frisco woman.
And then they found out it was actually Elon Musk that was scamming a Frisco woman.
This is a 56-year-old man. He scammed a 74-year-old woman in Frisco out of $500,000. He lives about an hour south of Tampa.
Sounds to me there was a little more meat left on that bone.
Right?
Yeah, only $500,000.
Yeah. So the Frisco police found out that she'd given a large sum of money to him. They had befriended one another on
Facebook.
They messaged each other daily for several months. Again, he 56, she 74. He promised her a $55 million return if she invested in his business ventures.
Okay.
Now, his attorney, or actually this is from the police department, said that his girlfriend is the mastermind behind it and that he had no involvement. He is stating that he's never actually met his girlfriend. And this woman was married, by the way, because her husband told police that she had given the Musk impersonator $600,000. It really is a sad thing to be 74. Like, you're not 104. You're 74. And you have accumulated $500,000 to give away. You're not destitute.
Mm-hmm.
You're 74 years old. And you are digitally gullible enough to believe that you are just having a daily chat on Facebook with the richest man on earth. Like, is she every night being like, I saw you on the news today. How was your afternoon? Mm-hmm. And he's like, oh, God, I know.
What's Trump like?
Yeah, my guy almost got shot.
What are you going to be in his cabinet?
Yeah.
Is Space Force still a thing?
She's actually every day messaging this guy or like hearting his posts like he's Elon Musk. To the point where she believed it enough to give him $500,000. Police, for their parts, say the money was actually going to the man's painting business. So, grifter's gonna grift. Let's see here. Oh, this is a fun one for all the parents out there of young children. Texas Education Board has approved Bible-infused curriculum in public schools, which, by the way, that sounds like you're talking about a cocktail.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I'll have the Bible-infused curriculum.
I'll have the cranberry and Corinthians, please.
God.
Oh, hell yeah.
Okay.
That's fantastic work. I don't want Blake, no, nothing. So what this is, it's been threatened for a while, but basically it's that a school can adopt this optional curriculum, which is more Bible-based, but they don't have to. But if they don't, they will receive far less funding from the state. So it's like, hey, dance. You want the money?
What does that mean, Bible-infused curriculum? Just not teaching evolution?
Well, I think it's beyond just not teaching evolution and instead teaching creationism. It is actually teaching lessons from the Bible.
Oh, wow.
And I read I think because the New York Times had an article about this, and they linked. Let me see if I can find it. They linked to another website that is championing this. The website is called the74million.org. They had an article, The Case for Texas's New Curriculum, Why Bible Stories Matter for Literacy. And the crux of their argument is that by learning Bible stories, you are more likely to be able to learn how to read because Christian themes are pervasive in American culture. So, like, if you understand Cain and Abel, then you'll understand other cultural references that are based on that, right? The problem with that is almost every religion has the same stories. Like, you could just teach anyone or none, and it'll always be like, you can teach good versus evil without the Bible. You can teach responsibility, accountability, kindness, generosity. These things don't have to come from the Bible.
Do the, Quran and the Book of Mormon get equal time?
No, I don't think that
Same
they do.
consideration?
I don't think that they do. Those are for weirdos.
Oh, okay.
Come on.
I thought we lived in a
Get out
country
here with that kooky shit.
Okay. I was mistaken.
Now, I don't know how this plays out legally. You'd have to figure that there are going to be some...
Supreme, this will go
Yeah, it's going to go to the
all
Supreme
way,
Court.
Yeah.
And Oklahoma's already been really trying to get out there because their state's education chief has ordered a copy of the Bible in every classroom. So, I don't know, man. I don't love it. I think it's going to make it a lot more difficult if you're a parent who doesn't necessarily believe these things, but, I signed up for it. So, got to just do the work.
Yeah, that's pretty loose reason why you would want it in there.
Yeah, so here's a quote from that group. It is said that there are close to 300 common day phrases that actually come from the Bible. So students will benefit from being able to understand a lot of these references that are in literature and have a way to be able to comprehend them.
The thing about this is you can work in reverse on this. Ask the question, where did this phrase come from? It's from the Bible. And if you want to read about that, then that's your choice.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I know what you're saying.
I don't know how I feel about this.
I feel like it's bullshit. I know exactly how I feel about it. I think it's a really weird thing, and
I think it sounds like you could see this as a very subversive way to lean towards indoctrination.
Of course it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because like Blake said, that's a very
it's pretty strong, man.
Well, just their argument or their reason for doing this is pretty flims. It's totes flims.
Mm-hmm. And it'll focus on kindergarten through 5th grade. So they're just trying to get you right where they can get you.
Yeah.
And as someone
that's
who,
where it starts,
you know,
man.
and again, mine's somewhat personal. I feel like I had a negative experience in the church. I feel like I was used to be able to say preyed upon, but now that means you actually were sexually preyed upon. So I don't mean that, but I definitely feel like I was taken advantage of from an emotional and psychological standpoint. You're being hit with concepts that you cannot possibly fully grasp at that age.
100%.
And I was as I am now, like I said the other day, a very emotional person. So when they would say things to me about like, look, if you don't believe this, then your family's going to heaven and you're going to hell. And I'm like, whoa, I don't like the sound of that at all.
Yeah.
So I'm in. And then there was, I don't know, but whatever. The point is just, I think to me, my guess is most sensible Christians actually would prefer that religion, maybe the Ten Commandments, maybe the prayer in school, but I don't think most Christians actually want the school being the ones that handle religion.
No, because
they would prefer that.
That's the same person that put you through that emotional manipulation is the same person that's doing it in the school.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's not a good extension of, I don't know, what we want. What I don't know. Me as a Christian wants people to hear.
It's weird, but hey, look. By into 2025, every teacher strapped up, teaching the 10 Commandments with a nice heater on the side. Also from Fox 4, they spoke to this woman in Louisville.
Farmers.
I'm not giving you that one. If I played them, you don't get credit.
Okay.
You've had some good ones lately, but that's not one of them.
Do you think you can name every team's mascot in Texas?
Oh,
but
no.
I enjoy it.
Yeah, he's good at it, but he's not Craig Way.
How are you with the smaller schools?
I'm better at the smaller schools.
Really?
Schools that Argyle has played, I'll remember.
No, I'm talking about.
Oh, no.
The smaller schools.
No, not.
Okay.
Not your schools.
Okay.
This woman
Are you
confronted.
Huh?
Do you remember him?
The ones from mainly the ones we played. Yeah.
Like who?
Monday Moguls.
It's a good one.
You know that?
Is that Munday?
Yeah.
That's
but we pronounce it's Monday.
Yeah.
Yeah, not Monday.
I like it.
Yeah. Haskell Indians, I guess, maybe still.
It's out there.
Haven't
still.
checked.
Probably good.
Yeah, probably okay. So this woman in Louisville, she's at Walmart. Well, not currently in this story. She was at, you know what? She may be. In this story, she was at Walmart with her 5-month-old boy. This is off East Round Grove Road in Louisville. And she notices a man taking pictures of her from behind inappropriately.
I'd like to apologize for doing that.
I was going to say, where were you Wednesday?
Weren't you just asking about this? Can't you just film someone?
Yeah, we were talking about the plane.
Yeah, like can you turn around and just like start shooting video of the passenger behind you?
Yeah.
Without any
Walmart the same thing?
I don't know. I mean, obviously you can't go into like a bathroom.
No.
Or a changing room.
Mm-hmm.
But this I don't think was that.
And you can't do like upskirt.
Right, but can you just follow behind
or
somebody?
Or down blouse.
Down blouse?
Yeah, it's when you get it over the top of the blouse.
What else you got?
I mean, there's side boob, under boob.
Yeah.
You know, but yeah, mainly upskirt and down blouse.
But if you're just, let's say hypothetically in this situation, you're Danny, and you go to Target, which he goes to a lot, and you're in there and you're shopping, and you just get a pant full of bone after looking at this woman because she's that attractive. And from a comfortable distance, you decide to follow her around and film her for the rest of the time she's shopping. Are you breaking a law?
God, you should be.
But are you? Like the store technically, I guess, can ask anyone to leave. It's their store.
That's true. But then you say, well, aren't you just a bunch of hypocrites, Target? Because you're filming her from the moment she walks in the door.
I like that.
So what's wrong with me just getting in on the CCTV action?
You got a name for this woman?
AASHA. There you go, Robert. Already on top of
this guy. The horniest and fastest man in the West.
Look. It was in the article. Here's the deal. No well-functioning news organization operates well without a horny correspondent.
That's true.
It's in right there, Cronkite's rules.
Are you pitching a tent if you see her in
Target?
I don't know.
I want to know, in this scenario, he's already hard.
Jesus.
See what I'm saying? It's not this woman. If you do that and you're really into this chick and you're following around, is it okay? Is it illegal? Because in this case, this man has not been charged, and Fox 4 is not showing the man's face or airing his voice because he hasn't been charged. Because she, when she realized it, turned around and started filming him. Yeah. And that's when he had a really interesting response. So Fox 4 has the video, and they say the man appears to admit to recording her and even says he will delete the images. She demanded to see the guy's phone to check, but he didn't allow her to see it before he left. She says, quote, he told me the reason he wouldn't let me see him delete the photos is because he had other weird photos on his phone.
I'm shocked at that. She wasn't his first?
No. Police department has the video, and they say the video alone does not appear to reveal a crime.
Okay.
Cop said she's in a public store. There's really no expectation of privacy for anyone in that store.
Okay, then you answered your question. It's 100% legal for him to do that.
God.
As long as he's not harassing her or getting in her face. If he's at a distance, then yeah.
She should take it as a compliment. I mean, at least he's not like the Arkansas doctor and cooming on her.
Yeah, that's true. And
giving her shoulder babies.
I think you probably are more weirded out if you have a kid with you.
Yeah.
Because, like, I've seen movies that start with this in stores. You know, no kid there, but I mean, you know, sometimes 5 minutes later, you got a lot of action going on. There was a man by the name of the MILF Hunter. He picked up chicks at Target all the time. It's true. He was a legend.
Do I know
geez.
this person? The MILF Hunter?
You've never watched the MILF Hunter? It was like a Web 1.0 porn site.
I think Rob's got the video.
I've heard of the website MILF Hunter. That was a website,
He
right?
was one guy.
Oh.
Yeah. And Dan and I talked about this recently.
What did he do? Just follow?
No. Well, I thought that, right?
Yeah.
I thought it was real.
Like he
but I
was
was
actually
like 16.
hunting?
Well, no, I just thought he could just walk up to chicks at a gift shop in like Miami Beach and be like, "You want to join me?" And 5 minutes later, you know, which was 5 minutes later, he was having sex with them, which is 4 minutes after I had already finished. Oh no, what's this?
Death, despair, assault. It's time for bad news with the Dumb Zone News Desk.
Yeah, this is a tough one. It's a
confusing graphic.
Well, Blake was really upset that I was doing too many positive news stories. So this one, I'll just read the headline. It's exactly what Blake wants. Dead baby found in Ellis County, officials say.
Congratulations, Blake.
There you go, Blake.
There's a lot more to this story, but go ahead. What happened to it?
It's dead.
Found in a dumpster?
Yes.
Yeah. How old? Freshly born?
I don't know. It just says that it was a call in from a local sanitation employee who found the baby on their route. And again, I don't like doing these type of stories, but Blake got mad that I was doing, you know, too many happy stories, and then I had to counteract with some happy stories and negative stories. So I'm just trying to be in touch with our consumers.
It's important to make sure Blake is happy, too.
I know.
Yeah. You don't want to disgruntled Blake Jones walking around this studio.
Assault. It's time for bad news with the Dumb Zone News.
Well, the hits keep coming because the UN is saying that more aid workers have been killed in 2024 than in any other year ever. 281 deaths of humanitarians killed globally, Blake.
Collateral damage or targeted?
Who can say?
Yeah.
Well, it's a leap year, right?
I don't even know.
Well, it's an extra day. It's not fair to say that this year is the all-time high. There's an extra day.
Oh, man.
How many humanitarian workers were killed on February 29th?
That's 271.
Yep.
At least 100.
Yeah. All right. There's the news.
Wow.
The Dumb Zone News. Like and subscribe.
Let me do some birthdays.
I think that's deicide as the bed. Remember them?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, they were even too evil for me.
All right, viewer mail birthdays today. Only have 3 of them. This first one says, "Dear Phantom of the Fanny."
Okay.
Want to wish our bud Jim the happiest of all birthdays. It's his Pete Incanvilla plus Sparky Anderson birthday, otherwise known as his 40th.
Oh, cool. Happy 4-0, bro.
Leaders are that sweet deuce sucking on a chili dog, Jake's sassy bitch rehab roommate. And if you're ever needing an expert in planning over-the-top fantasy draft experiences, he's your guy. Morse from his loyal buds, a whole bunch of them.
Well, should I get into fantasy football next year, Blake? I'm trying to get some hobbies.
I don't know if you're being serious or not. No, you're not, because you're a big jerk. Greetings, Fuhrer of the Fur Burger. This weekend is my daughter's Kyrie Irving birthday. Although I think I know what he will say, I wanted Jake's honest opinion of her name. Avery Nolan.
I don't hate that. Nolan's doing a lot of lifting here because that's kind of a cool, classic sounding name.
It's a really cool middle name for a girl, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Avery, I think that's fine.
Yeah. Avery's great.
More Mike.
And that's that.
Book closed.
More Mike Leslie's coverage of Argyle sporting events. More Danny, more Julie, less crypto bro talk. This from No Tux Chad.
Is he going to be there tonight?
I really hope not.
Jeez, what do you have against Mike Leslie? I was having coffee with him this morning, and he was asking me, what's Blake's problem with me?
You have never once hung out with Mike Leslie.
When were you having coffee with Mike Leslie?
Well, if I told you, then I'd have to invite you, and this is an intimate thing between me and WFA's Mike Leslie.
Oh, I'm sure you guys are just getting into some real deep shit.
Yeah, life.
Okay.
Where's the
Mike
game
Leslie
tonight?
and Jake.
Where are you headed?
It's in Mineral Wells. Yeah, I just don't like these bigger productions coming in doing high school games like the first time all year and just being
God,
you're welcome.
It's so
here.
funny how this happens even in high school football. This is like David Moore getting mad because Don Van Natta has a story or something. Just like,
you haven't been here all year, and then
parachute in. Same thing in foreign reporting. And somebody's been grinding away in Tel Aviv for 3 years.
I mean,
then here comes David Meir or Anderson Cooper.
I slave away over my stat sheets, and then just some big guy that's on TV. Hey, can I see those? No, I worked hard on this.
I understand why it upsets you, but can you let our audience know, if we wanted to, where would we find Mike Leslie calling the Argyle game tonight?
Clark in Portland has a birthday today. He said he started his day dropping a deuce the diameter of an 8-ball, so he's got that going for him.
Jeez.
Love you, from Shane Fisher. And those are today's birthdays.
Good dude.
The Dumb Zone presents Today in History.
Argyle football, Mike Leslie.
He's not doing the game.
I'll just watch the one from last week. They have it up here.
Well,
you're that big of a fan, huh?
It's not that great of a broadcast. For today is Friday, November 22nd, the 327th day of 2024. There are 39 days left in the year. On this date, in 1906, the SOS distress signal was adopted in Berlin.
By Sting. Hey, thanks. I didn't think that was going anywhere.
Like Gordon Sumner. What year? 26? 1926?
06.
06, okay. Do you know why they use SOS? Have we talked about that before? I feel like
No, we have talked about it, and I don't recall.
It's the two easiest letters to transmit via Morse code.
Okay.
One is 3 dashes, and one of them is the 3 dots. Isn't that wild?
It is wild. I could see a scenario where sometime in my kid's lifetime that there's a movement much like towards vinyl, where my son's like really into Morse code.
I had a day when I was 8 that I thought I would learn it.
Yeah.
For no reason.
Yeah. I memorized the whatever the military,
like the alphabet.
Yeah, the
like
military
Alpha, Beta.
alphabet. Yeah, all that. Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, the Delta, Echo, Foxtrot, all that. Morse code, man. I mean, you think going back to T9 texting would be a regression? What if kids these days had to learn Morse code and communicate via that?
I love T9.
You love T9?
Yeah.
Like you love it.
It's fun, I thought.
Me? Pizza and tots. Him? T9 texting.
No look, T9 texting.
I don't even, looking at the Morse code image up there, I don't even really know what it is. I don't get it.
What do you mean?
I don't understand it.
I
know it's like
a sequence of you have either a dot or a dash.
Yeah.
They're in groups of 3, and they change them to represent, each one of those configurations represents a letter in the alphabet. So you have to spell, like doot 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 is S, doot 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 is O, and then I don't know what A and B and all that other crap is, but yeah, you've got to. That's how you spell your stuff.
Got it.
When you're morsing.
Morsing around?
Yeah.
Not moosing.
Not moosing.
Not moosing.
Not to be confused with moosing. It's morsing.
In 1963, John F. Kennedy, the 35th president of the United States, was shot to death during a motorcade in Dallas.
Shot to death is childish.
Do you have the patience if a girl wanted to sext Morse you? Like late at night?
I mean,
I want to sext Morse you, and she's like having to spell everything, and you're looking at the chart going, IWANNASU.
It's working for me right now.
Yeah, like that would be your evening. Yeah, we knew today was coming after yesterday when Kennedy arrived in San Antonio. Little did he know that in a mere 24 hours, at 12:30 p.m. on a Friday? It was a Friday, I believe. Yeah, in Dealey Plaza, just like today. Probably a day much like today. Clear,
A little
cool, leaves on the ground, and hearing those 3 shots.
Is that Morse code?
Out. Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah.
It came out of nowhere.
It just feels like World War II.
It does.
Yeah, it feels like trouble.
Yeah.
In 2012, quarterbacks Tony Romo and Matt Stafford both threw for 441 yards on Thanksgiving games, but both teams lost. Washington beat Dallas 38-31, while Houston upended Detroit 34-31 in overtime.
You know who the quarterback was for Washington that day?
What year?
2012.
RG3.
Oh, wow. Yeah. I'd forgotten about that game. I've forgotten about a lot of games.
And finally, in 2014, Samaje Perine of Oklahoma sets the single-game FBS record by rushing for 427 yards in the Sooners' 44-7 win over Kansas. He broke the single-game record of 408 set by Melvin Gordon a week earlier.
Melvin Gordon. There's a guy you might have forgot about. What happened to him?
He went to the Broncos and got to watch Russell Wilson suck.
Damn.
Birthdays today, Kumar Rocker's 25.
How's that going? How's that all?
Looking good.
He's back, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Joe Nathan is 50.
Do you guys think you'll be able to block Jaden Wetzel tonight?
What?
Yes.
Okay. This is a big one with Memorial.
Are y'all talking about high school football again?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know when I stopped thinking about high school football?
When
After
you're
high school. Yeah.
You're missing out.
Yeah.
They do it for the love of the game, not for the money.
That's right.
Former Cowboy Tyrone Crawford is 35. This has Kemp Spin.
Yeah, there's a couple, but there's a TMZ video of him. I think he's in Daytona Beach, maybe spring break. I don't know. Maybe this is just the summer, but he gets into a bar fight. He is a very large man. He beats up about 7 guys.
Damn.
Yeah. And there's a few things I think are funnier than partying, pro athlete, and other guys who are drunk enough to forget they're a pro athlete. Like, normally you're like, holy shit, I'm not touching that guy.
Well, it's funny you mentioned, doesn't have anything to do with a fight, but a drunk pro athlete. You mentioned Joe Nathan is 50 today.
Oh my, you had some times.
One special night when the Hardline did the Wrigley Field trip to Chicago, and we had a big group, got a huge group of ticket listeners, not only to travel up there, but people that lived in Chicago to come out to a hangout at one of the bars that was directly across the street from Wrigley. And I'll be damned if it was I think it was a day game. There's a lot of them are up there. Some of the team was at the bar after the game, and Joe Nathan was one of them. And Corby and I kind of got semi-chummy with Joe, mainly due to Corby, because that's what he does.
Of course.
And Joe Nathan decided to order a round of tequila shots. And, I mean, I'm already 2/3 in the bag at this point. And he's like trying to shove off tequila shots on Corby and myself. And we tried to decline him. Joe Nathan looks at us and he says something to the effect, but with this much authority, "Fuck that shit. Drink up, you pussies."
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it.
Joe Nathan.
That's awesome.
Doing tequila shots in the middle of a 3-game series.
Being a pitcher's so dope because you're like, I'm definitely off tomorrow. There's just no chance.
Oh, for sure. He must have pitched like he must have gone 2.
Right.
He came in the 8th for a save.
You worried about Kenji Marshall? Or Kenji Johnson, rather?
No, I think Tyler Roberts and Weston Cheney can handle those guys.
All right.
Juju Smith-Schuster is 28. Dick Stockton, 82.
Look on graphic for final 2 bullet points.
Boris Becker, 57. Billie Jean King, 81.
Wow.
Yeah. Obviously, the first thing that stands out to me, great career, blah, blah, blah. But when Garrett had her come out and speak to the team at Cowboys camp.
Yeah.
And like, I get it, inspirational figure, but nothing is more Jason Garrett than bringing this lesbian out to camp.
That nobody knows who she is.
Yeah.
Let's bring a white lesbian tennis player to talk to a team full of like 75% black guys that are under 25.
Right. Yeah. It just, I don't know. I get it. Inspirational, but it's
fucking
just,
organization
it's just not.
is so out of touch, right?
Oh my gosh.
They still think it's 1989, bro.
In every way.
In every
I didn't play it
way.
for you guys, but when the fan asked him this morning again, and I get why they do it, they're like, just so we're clear, you're never going to not be the GM as long as you're the owner of the team. And he's like, let me tell you something. I'm going to tell you a story that Clint Murchison's wife told me in 1986. I'm like, that's a long time ago, bud. Any current references? Anyways.
No, he doesn't remember him. Brock Osweiler's 34.
Crazy career.
Not a bad analyst.
Oh, yeah, he does college football, right?
Yeah.
He was so bad that the Browns, and they had paid him. No, the Broncos had paid him.
Mm-hmm.
Who had paid him?
Houston
paid him. Somehow the Browns acquired him and got a second-round pick, but they had to pay $20 million for it.
Yeah.
It's a very weird basketball-like trade.
Yeah. Oscar Pistorius is 38.
Wow.
Out of jail or in jail?
He's out of jail.
He served his time, or what?
I think
Got
so.
appealed, or what happened?
I think he got released.
Okay. Did they let him have his weird running foot while he was in jail?
No, pegs.
Oh, he had to peg it?
They put him on 2 wooden pegs.
No. Not those cool boing, 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 springy legs?
No, not Blade Runner's legs.
No.
Yeah.
They had him just on. Sometimes he would get splinters because it was just old wood.
Like he said that?
That or I just made all of that up.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
Either way, it was entertaining.
Jamie Lee Curtis is 66.
It'd be really funny if they gave him legs, but they were really short, so it was still demeaning. Like, so he had fake legs, but he looked like a
dwarf.
Mr. Krabs.
That's what they should have done.
No. Just put shoes on his nubs, and he has to walk around and do fun videos.
Mark Ruffalo is 57. Scarlett Johansson is 40.
God. She's only 40. We've been lusting after that woman since she was
20.
Oh, 19. How old was she in
Lost in Translation?
Lost in Translation. She was like 19, 18 or 19.
He just called Lost in Translation Lost in Translate.
I know how much. I said Leish. I just know how much Dan loves to abbreviate, so I'm just trying to.
Oh no, you're fitting it very well. Yeah,
bring an essence of Dan. For
she was
those that miss
18.
him. Incredible.
Creepy movie.
Great movie.
It's a good movie.
Yeah.
And Gary Valentine is 63.
Remind me.
He is the brother of Kevin James.
that you had to go see because Kevin James had to put him on.
He was his
as an
opener.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
He's Danny in King of Queens. Born on this day, now dead. Harry Dick, who played 12 games in the NHL in 1946.
I wish somebody, some new parent or expecting parent, had the balls.
As it were.
Just to, you know what? This is Harold Richard, and we're going by the nicknames.
Yeah.
Now, he's going to get beat up a lot, but no one else is going to have this name.
Yep.
Trust me.
Rodney Dangerfield died on this day in 2004.
Hey.
Feels like I have to tell the story every time this comes up.
Which one?
Tattoo?
Yeah, I have a really good friend. I hadn't seen him in a long time, but we hung out a lot in my 20s. Great dude. Full tatted up, head, arms, whatever. And he has on his neck, he has a tattoo of Rodney Dangerfield doing the neck pull thing. Like on his collar. It's fantastic.
Lyman Bostock.
Oh, my.
Born on this day, now dead.
Coop.
And Michael K. Williams.
Ooh, Omar coming.
Omar going.
Died in 2021. Dead on this day, still dead, of course, John F. Kennedy. Blackbeard, the notorious English pirate.
How do they know what day
There's
Blackbeard
no way.
died on?
There's no way.
It says he died at the age of 38.
Okay.
Brian Fantana wore his delightful cologne.
That's right. Blackbeard's delight.
George Ferris, the inventor of the Ferris wheel, died at 37.
37?
Yeah.
That's a pretty big accomplishment before you're
Yeah, it's
30.
iconic for sure, but
But then again, it's like, okay.
You don't know the stresses that guy went through.
But the wheel was already there. He just decided to put chairs on it.
Yes.
You know? I mean, think about it. Really, was it that revolutionary?
Died of typhoid fever.
Yeah, that's what's going to get all of us one day.
I bet not.
Well, I don't know. Who's going to be in
RFK?
charge yet? Come on. We're going to have people walking around with polio and dropsy and consumption. What if our American health system turns into like pre-1800s?
Deadwood or something?
Yes. Yeah, sewage just running in the streets.
I can't wait until
sepsis.
Like left-leaning hipster bros start getting polio on purpose to prove a point.
As a protest.
Yeah.
See? I'm not eating the sugar cube.
Yep. That's tough.
That's funny.
We're listening now.
J.D. Tippett, the police officer killed by LHO.
Yep.
And in 1997, Michael Hutchins.
NSX?
Yeah. Is this This isn't the asphyxiation guy, is it?
Yeah, it is. He was self-gratifying and decided to hook up some pulleys and levers and ropes and strings.
I don't even know if that's true or not.
That's what I heard.
Well, I think it is, but I mean, it was an accident.
No, he wasn't doing it on purpose.
Right.
Yeah, he was trying to strangle himself while having a wank.
Yeah.
Things went wrong.
I think he was like in Thailand. Australia.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought he had taken a... Because everything you hear weird sex is... I immediately think Thailand.
Is it true that if you get to that point, you're supposed to put a lemon wedge in your mouth and somehow that revives you?
That's what I've heard from...
I've heard that, but...
I think I heard it from bad radio for years, but I don't know if that's actually true or not.
Yeah.
It might have also been the alcohol, cocaine, Prozac, and other prescription drugs.
History.
I did find a Morse code generator. If you'd like, I could generate a phrase and we can see if the subbies can translate it. Can we
Yeah,
try
let's
that?
hit it.
All right, so I've entered a phrase in this.
Uh-huh.
All right, here we go. And there we go. Hang on. Shoot. Come on, what's going on here?
I'm going to try to figure this out over the weekend.
No, you're not.
What, Morse code?
Yeah.
Can you memorize Morse code by Monday?
No.
All letters?
Yeah, all 26 letters. You already got SNO, brah.
That's it?
That's it.
Okay, I like this little project.
You know what that sounds like to me is take cover, the Blitzkrieg is coming. That's
I know,
what I
right.
hear. Yeah.
I can try. I see if it'll play one more time.
Okay.
Tanks approaching the Siegfried line.
All right.
I think he just went with like Go Commanders or something. That'd be great. All right. We'll talk to you soon.
Adios, mofo.
We gotta go before this becomes a zoo.
Thank you for watching my video. Subscribe and type for my name if you want to watch more of my videos.
They give opinions with confidence, just like three friends in sins. Sometimes I sit out at a house way across town, in Mesquite, Grapevine, or Flower Mound. They said we're gonna do our show any way we want. Cumulus tried to cancel them for about a month. Those were some lonely days on such time spent airwaves. And I think it's gonna be a little weird to tune into my favorite station for 14 years to not hear voices I always hear say, no, 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 I don't want audio. Dumb Zone boys, blending sports, comedy, and news. They took their time and paid their dues. Three cool dudes to take a leap and leave the place where you know their voice, not their face. Oh no, well maybe don't let him eat the napkin. Dumb Zone boys somehow pulled it off. What a life to just get paid to talk. It's more than just a podcast, it's a comedy show. Everyone was wondering what would happen if the Hang Zone didn't show. Well, I guess we'll never know. They have guests like local stars, Sarah Habela, Danny Bayless, who now just owns a bar. Some 690 sittings who wanna be cool, like that Deep Ellum actor, what a tool. No, 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 so what are you walking out? Dumb Zone boys are now so independent. They can say whatever, don't be offended. If you have a bit, they're cool, just send it. Dan loves salmon and broccoli. Jake drinks water jugs and vapes properly. Blake hits bombs on the course. Kemp spins Pro Bowl divorce. Heart attack man and monthly book reports and business reports. Dan is both jeans and business shorts. He's backing guy, but so am I. It makes sense if you're in a bind. Don't forget about the Rose Twins. They will demolish your spirit in 2 minutes. From the den, high atop Dan's garage, filled with bits and a fan base that also loved Entourage. So subscribe today, it's only $6.90. 2.5 hours of quality content and comedic timing. The Dumb Zone Podcast.